Time for some NBA now on the Sports Max Zone. It was a 12-game slate on Wednesday night. Look at the results. The 76ers 126 over the Pacers in overtime. The Cavs by 2 over the Suns. The Grizzlies, the Magic and the Knicks scoring wins over the Hornets, Thunder and Spurs. The Bucks with Giannis on a triple-double. 104-101, their victory over the Raptors. The T-Wolves, Pelicans, Bulls and Lakers all won over the Trailblazers, Rockets, Nets and Heat. And the Kings beat the Hawks, and the Warriors were beaten 122-119 by Detroit Pistons. Brooklyn Nets had hoped to extend their 12-game win streak when they strolled into Chicago on Wednesday to take on the Bulls. But DeRozan and his crew had other ideas.
DeMar DeRozan and the Chicago Bulls playing host to the red-hot Brooklyn Nets, led, of course, by that man, Kevin Durant. We start you in the first. Ben Simmons steals it and passes it to the aforementioned Durant, who throws that one down. Then it's Durant knocking down a three-pointer. He had 15 points in the opening quarter, but Chicago at this point up 34-27. Zach LaVine banks in a floater over Durant, and it's a 10-point advantage for the Bulls. Second quarter, more Chicago. DeMar DeRozan knocks down the pull-up jumper, the lead at 8. Then Patrick Williams to Nikola Vucevic. He hits the cutting layup, and Chicago up at this point 60-46, a 14-point advantage. Here comes Brooklyn, though. Kevin Durant with a 3 over Zach LaVine. Then 8 seconds left in the half. Durant makes the floater over 2 defenders. He had 28 points on 11 of 15 shooting at the half. Third quarter, Kevin Durant, 3-pointer plus the foul. Then Kyrie Irving, a left-handed finish high off the glass plus the foul. He had 25 points in the game. Then it's Durant. After the replay, spinning in the lane, and Kevin Durant knocks down the jumper here. He had 44 points on 15 of 22 shooting, 5 assists as well. Chicago, though, still up by 4. DeMar DeRozan, jumper over Durant in the fourth quarter. Then Ayo Dosunmu steals it and dunks on the break. Then Vucevic gets loose for a jump hook. He had a double-double, 21 points, 13 rebounds. Later, DeRozan spins and drains the jumper. He had 22, and Chicago gets an impressive 9-point win. Your final score, 121-112.
Yeah, GD. KD with 44. Not enough.
Yeah, went into his bag there and produced 44. He's been outstanding all season long. He had a very difficult last campaign, but he looks like the Kevin Durant of old in this season so far. The Nets have also turned around the ship of state. They were awful to start the season. Of course, they sacked Steve Nash, brought a new man in, and since his arrival, they've looked reborn. Kyrie Irving has been reintegrated into the collective, and he's had some very good nights for them. All in all, I'm not worried about the Nets, and I'm confident that they will get to the playoffs and that they'll go further than they did last year. But we're waxing lyrical about the Nets. They didn't win. The Bulls won. DeMar DeRozan, he's a player. How would I describe DeMar DeRozan? I've thought about him over time. He is, in your time being a horse racing lover, and a horse racing expert, you'd have heard people refer to some players as just short of classic potential. Very good horses, but not quite good enough to win a classic. Yes. DeMar DeRozan is the human equivalent of that as a basketballer. Yeah, he's not LeBron James. He's not Giannis. He's not Kevin.
He'll have his nights, though.
But he'll have it, and that's the point I'm saying. Because these horses who are just short of classic potential, there are days when they'll catch a classic winner, the course and distance suits them and the conditions, and they'll make the classic winner look like a mule.
That's right.
So DeMar DeRozan is like that. So he had a big night last night, and then crucially, DeRozan had the contribution from enough Bulls to essay the victory. KD was pretty much alone carrying the scoring threat for the Nets, and that wasn't enough. But they've been on a very good run and a good win by the Bulls, but that is not to say that in the East, where both of them are, that the Bulls are the better team. The Nets are the better team.
A quick comment, though, on the sort of shift that we've seen conference-wise, because some years ago the West were evidently the heavier
Yes.
of the two conferences. At the moment, the Celtics are number one, the Bucks are two, and the Nets are
third.
three
Yeah.
in the whole league.
Yes.
So the league at the moment is being dominated by these big three teams from the East.
Well, what is true, Lance, is that where the NBA is concerned, you have these changes from time to time. Usually, it doesn't fluctuate as, I don't want to say it's wild fluctuation in recent times, but it doesn't quite fluctuate the way it has in recent times because when Jordan was active, the East was the strongest with the Bulls and the Knicks and everybody, very strong teams there. Then you had a while when Kobe and Shaq were in their prime, and then the West was hot with the Lakers. And then, even when LeBron was at the Cavaliers, and the Cavaliers play in the, Cleveland is in the East, right, on the Eastern Seaboard.
Yes.
When the West was a little bit stronger with the team. So now you have a situation where the Lakers are ordinary, the Clippers are ordinary, Sacramento isn't very good. The Spurs are rubbish. Yeah. So the West, if you look at the West, the West is going through a very fallow period
some
right
fans
now.
will say you're being kind, George, by calling the Lakers ordinary.
Yes, because they're rubbish.
Because you just called other teams rubbish.
Yes.
And there are some who would put the Lakers in that group.
Well, the Lakers have LeBron some nights when his body doesn't ache and he turns it on in the way he can, that they're good. But yeah, you're the East is much the stronger conference, and we'll finish the season as a stronger conference for sure. And we're very likely the NBA champions came from where last year? The NBA champions are the Bucks. Are they
the Bucks?
The
Warriors.
Warriors
are
they came from
the West, yeah.
And they have been rubbish this year, even with Steph Curry.
Yes.
So I'm predicting here that the winner will come from the NBA champions.
As it did 2 seasons ago when the Bucks had won.
Yes.
Because the Bucks were champions
The
two
NBA champions
seasons
will
ago.
come from the East.
Okay,
There's no doubt about that.
Well, Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks were also in action on Wednesday, but needed overtime to beat Toronto Raptors 104-101. The game saw Giannis continuing his impressive form as he scored 30 points, drew down a season-high 21 rebounds, and tallied 10 assists to log his second triple-double of the season.
Siakam and the Toronto Raptors have drawn a tough assignment tonight. They got to slow down the great one, Giannis Antetokounmpo in town, and early on, it's Giannis driving to the rim for the Euro step layup in Milwaukee, up 7-0. Then Giannis again, just barreling his way to the rim for the layup in Milwaukee, up by 3. But Pascal Siakam gets some back, driving to the rim for the left. He had 11 points and 8 rebounds on the game at the half. Milwaukee up by 1 in a low-scoring game, 39-38. Second half, Fred VanVleet jumper money. Then Fred VanVleet transition 3, cash as well. This ties it at 53. We move to the fourth quarter. Grayson Allen gets it to Giannis, and Giannis, how about this? Showing off that three-point touch as he steps right into that one and confidently knocks it down. Then Giannis driving to the rim, loses the ball in midair, but somehow gets it, gets the layup, gets the foul, makes the free throw, does absolutely everything. It's 86-69 at this point. Fourth quarter, Scotty Barnes misses, but Fred VanVleet finds Gary Trent for the 3 and the foul. Grayson Allen charged with a flagrant 1 on this as you watch the replay there. Just stepping right underneath. Now, Raptors down in this thing. Last chance. Gary Trent pulls up for the step-back three-pointer. This ties the game at 97 with less than a second to go. Beautiful shot there from Trent. Now Giannis, one last chance, can win the game here, but he's behind the backboard, can't get the shot off. We go into overtime. In the OT, Bobby Portis getting involved. Little hook shot here off the dish from Grayson Allen. It's 99-97 Milwaukee in front. Scotty Barnes answering, though, ties the game at 101, just over a minute to go. On the other end, Giannis, wonderful pass here to Grayson Allen for the 3. Milwaukee by 3. Last chance for the Raptors, though, 10.8 seconds left. Fred VanVleet gets a look at a 3, but it's a tough one, and this one doesn't fall. Milwaukee goes on to win in overtime. The final score, 104-101. Giannis with 30 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists, a triple-double in the victory.
Yeah, George, we were talking about the Greek freak earlier on this week, and he has given us some talking points again today.
Yeah, he was the difference maker in that game on Wednesday. The thing I said when I looked at the score this morning, and I looked checking out the box scores, and I'm saying, The game went to overtime, and it finished 104-101.
Yeah.
It was a struggle.
Yeah,
the offensive players really had tough going.
Yeah.
Found it going tough on Wednesday in Toronto.
Yeah, but Giannis continues to show that he's a top man. The Bucks, as we said, champions 2 seasons ago, positioned okay at the moment in the regular season based on their current form to comfortably make the playoffs. But how do you see them becoming champions again, especially that the reigning champions aren't doing too well?
I don't think anybody can look at any team and say that team is so good, and if they keep their pieces healthy, they will. They're nailed on winners. So
not even the Nets.
Not even the Nets. So I'm saying that the Bucks have as good a chance as anybody else. But the crucial thing to that is to get Middleton fit to carry the scoring burden with Giannis. Not to carry the scoring burden, but to be a foil, to be a source of points when he has to sit for the few minutes that he'll miss action on the floor, and also to be a foil when the ball comes to Giannis and the defense collapses on him and he can dish to Middleton, who can get the job done from 3. But the Bucks, Giannis has put himself in a position now where you see so many players over time who they've won a championship or they've taken a team to the playoffs, and for them to realize more personal ambitions of achieving more glory, they have to go to other teams and join other teams with superstar players there. Giannis, his status in Milwaukee is such, and the way the team has been managed and the cap space that they have, he is the magnet that will attract players to Milwaukee. The difficulty, though, Lance, is this. You've heard people say, I'm going to the USA. And people say they're going to the USA and they're going to New York. People go to Washington, D.C. People go to Florida, of course. People go to certain places. You hear people say they're going to Milwaukee. Have you ever in your life heard someone say, Lance, I'm going to the US? Where are you going? Milwaukee?
Yeah, can't.
Never in your life.
Can't recall.
Nobody goes to Utah.
Not even athletes on track scholarships.
And that's the point I'm making.
Which is where from time to time you'll hear a not so popular state.
That aces the point. So I'm saying it's going to be difficult to attract people, as our director just pointed out.
Yes.
I mean, everybody wants to go to LA.
Yes.
Everybody wants to play in LA. Yeah. Everybody wants to play in New York.
But I guess that's part of the reason why LeBron ended there.
And that's the point.
Ended up there, I should say.
So it's going to be very difficult for Giannis to convince people to come and join him at the Bucks to refresh and launch another serious assault at the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
There are 2 NBA games on Sportsmax 2 tonight. We have the Boston Celtics at Dallas Mavericks. That starts at 7:30, 8:30 Eastern Caribbean time, and you can look out for the Lakers, George's team.
Before you go to the
Denver Nuggets,
the promo, have you ever, when people going to South America, have you ever heard anybody say, I'm going to Paraguay? I've heard people say they're going to Brazil.
Yeah.
They're going to Argentina. I've never heard anybody say I'm going to Paraguay. Or I'm going to, well, people go to Venezuela, of course.
Yeah.
But there's just some countries in some places, you've never heard anybody say, I'm going there when they go to certain continents.
Yeah, never. No, you're right. Yeah. I've even heard Chile.
Yes, of course.
And Peru.
Yes. I'm going to Asuncion.
For like Pan-American games.
I'm going to
Asuncion,
Lance.
Yes, yeah.
Never happens. Said nobody ever.
Yeah, I've never heard of everyone going to Paraguay, for real. Before we head to the break, viewers in Trinidad and Tobago, here's your chance to take your shot promotion. That's a play at or take your shot promotion and win a trip for 2 to attend the 2023 All-Star Weekend in Utah. Watch the NBA live on Sportsmax to get the chance to scan the QR code for more information on how to participate. The promotion began on the 28th of November last year, and it runs on till the 20th of January this year.
Thank you for watching Sportsmax on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and to click the notification bell to stay informed.